everyone, hope you guys are all doing great. Just a few more projects to share with you all. I was recording outside, but it's kind of like late afternoon and the chickens, the roosters are croaking like mad, so I have to come into my craft room here, so the lighting might not be that great because it's getting late, but bear with me and we can go through the projects together. Want to share a few projects that I've created with you guys, as well as a quick tutorial of how to alter some ribbon roses or ribbon flowers. So let's go ahead and share with you guys. I created a few more teapots inspired by Margaret, these particular ones here, and I love creating these teapots so much, guys. Once you get going, you get really addicted to them. And Margaret is 7 Mrs. T here on YouTube, and she's super talented. Everything she makes, we all want to make them also. So big thank you to Margaret for inspiring us all always, and for to come up with like super cute ideas like these ones here are amazing. I know that a lot of people have made like teapots in the past, as I have myself, but to be able to decorate them and embellish them the way that Margaret has is just beautiful. So thank you for your inspiration there, Margaret. So those are the recent ones that I've created. I won't go into too much detail because it takes too long. This particular one here, I call it the I had created last year. I created 2 of these, and one I sent to Annie for her birthday last year, and this is the other one that I have kept for myself. This particular teapot, I got the template off of a magazine. Just bear with me, I just grabbed the magazine here. This is a magazine that I picked up at the thrift shop, and it's called Handmade, and it had this teapot inside of it, and came with like the template and all that. As you guys can see, there's the spout there, so I was able to trace it out and then cut all the pieces. And I hate reading instructions, so I just went ahead and stitched it all according to what I think was appropriate for it. So that's what I came out with, and it came out really nice, so I'm super happy with it. It is a big size compared to these little miniature ones that you can print off of Google. It's a big teapot, like a real life-size one of like the long kettles or teapot. The vintage style ones is really nice. Can't really get it in frame. Yeah, don't forget my don't worry about my messy background. It's got all my craft supplies around it because I've been crafting lately. So that's the teapot right there. I've just embellished it with laces and trims and old lace fabric from my stash that I have tea dyed. Added a bling there, and I cut it out on calico, and then I had used this like vintage like muslin fabric on top of that, which I sprayed with a homemade coffee spray, or you can make it out of tea spray also, or even vintage photos also. And the tutorial that I will be sharing with you guys today includes a handmade spray also. So that is my little teapot, 3D teapot that I created last year. And the other item that I had altered is a paper mache box, and it kind of started like this. It was just like brown paper mache, and these particular ones I picked up at a charity store. And because it's paper mache, I pretty much had to cover like everything. This one even came with a little booklet that you can alter also, a little flip out photo. And I'll probably alter this one in the future. Originally, this particular project was to be like a little handbag, little purse type thing, because I was inspired by Pinterest. There's a lot of, I'm really like into ribbon embroidery. I've been into ribbon embroidery since last year. I had created some projects last year with ribbon embroidery, and then I just like got phased out because I love experimenting with different things. I kind of like get bored, so I do different things now and then. But being on Pinterest once again, I came across some images that I really like, and they really inspired me to create this particular box once the image didn't like work out the way I want it to be. Originally I mentioned it was going to be a bag, but I didn't leave the seam here wide enough for the particular bag. And once I finished my ribbon embroidery, the seam was only like half an inch, not even that, like 1 centimeter from here to here, because originally I left it like to stitch around here, but when I got my embroidery done, it took like a lot of space from here, and I didn't leave enough seam. So I thought how am I going to you know, still use this particular image, because I have wanted to create it, and I've already done all my embroidery, and the measurements were wrong. So I had chopped it into a circle because I had wanted the image, because the piece of the fabric was no good. I've chopped it up and used it for something else now, but was no good. So I cut out the circle because it was a circle design, like this particular image, and I thought, what can I do? Oh, why not make an altered stick pin holder trinket box? So that's what I had done here, just by going by what's in my stash. Sometimes things just come spontaneously, and like I mentioned, I never intended to alter this particular box. It was meant to be a bag, and I would do another bag with ribbon embroidery also, that again Pinterest inspired, because there's so many things on Pinterest, guys. If you're lost for ideas, just go onto Pinterest and just type in like fabric craft projects or stuff like that, and heaps of ideas will come up. And I was really inspired to make this Victorian bag or purse with like ribbon embroidery on there. If you search on there, there's heaps of it, and that's where I got my inspiration from, but it didn't work out like I mentioned. So here is the finished project, and I really like it. And because the paper is paper mache, like I mentioned, I had to cover the entire thing, which like took forever. So I covered the sides with some fabric from my stash. I used some trims that I have from my stash also, these particular ones here. Covered the bottom, just cut it to size, and then adhere my gimp trims on top. So I stretched the fabric around the top of the lid, and then I stuffed it with wadding. So you can put stick pins in. Let me just grab a few. And you can just like pop them in like that. So I stuffed the top of it so it looks like a dome. It's really round. The base of it's just like here, but I made it like arch to accommodate like stick pins at the top here. So extra beauty for this particular little box. I'm getting my words all mucked up. So that's the top of it. So once I popped all that on, adhere all the trims on. This particular trim I was able to pick up from the thrift store, and I have no idea what it is. It's just some cord, but it molds to the shape that you make it. Like, it's not that hard, like it's not a stiff, but let's say if I want it long, it just goes long. If I want it round and short and fat, it just goes that way. But it's not like wide, it's just how the material is. So I've used that like to form like a bow at the front, and use a vintage earring on here at the back to cover where the seams are, like the seams of the gimp, like the ends of them. When I wrapped around it, I made a little bow here out of some pink satin ribbon, made a beautiful organza rolled rose here. I have a tutorial on this if you look through my vids, and some leaves that I created out of some green fabric. Made a bow for underneath here, added the same trim that I have on the girl just underneath here on both sides, just a bit of accent. And then on here I have added some beautiful carnation flowers that I've altered, and I will share with you guys the tutorial on that. They started out just white, and because I wanted to coordinate with this particular color scheme, they started off white like that, and I had altered them with my Copic colors and some homemade vintage photo dye that I mixed with water, and I was able to make that. So I'll show you that tutorial after the vid. So that's my box, and for the inside I have used the paper collection by Prima. It's the Tea Time paper collection, and really beautiful. So I lined the inside, and it matches the like my color scheme really well. So I'm super thrilled and happy with how this particular project came out. And here is the base of it. So the rose theme just went really well with this particular rose theme here. That particular one here, and I used some taupe sort of trim from my stash, and I added that all the way around it. So that is my little trinket box, and it came out really nice, and it fits just perfectly. The lid was a little bit loose, as you guys can see here, really loose. So after I had add the paper and the ribbon to cover here, it just fitted really snug. So super happy with that. So I'm going to share, excuse the rooster in the background, I'm just going to share with you guys a quick tutorial. So I'm just gonna move all these, and I'll be right back because I want to change this because I'm gonna be spraying. So I don't want to spray my table. Okay, back. Gonna share with you guys how to alter some just plain white flowers that you have in your stash. I came in here in my craft room to get rid of the like chicken noise, but I seem like I can't get rid of them. So there's some white flowers that I have in my stash, and you can alter pretty much any white flower that you have. So I will alter this particular one here also so that you guys can see them. If you don't have like dyes ready or anything like that, or sprays ready, you can alter them with your Copic markers, so, or any color pen that you might have. I'm not sure about textures, but Copic markers and what was the other one? Is it Prisma or anything? Any coloring pens or pens that you can use. You can probably even use watercolor, but these ones work really well, Copic markers. So I have here the color RV42. Which is like a peachy pink color, which is what I use on my ribbon embroidery here. This particular flowers here, the silk ribbon that I use, are all white, and then I colored them with my Copic markers to achieve these particular colors here. And these I colored them also with the same coloring pencils, which is pens, I mean, with these Copics also, these were two colors. So let's go ahead and show you how I do them. So with this particular carnation is going to look like that once we've finished these ones here, and this one here, that is the finished project. It looks like that. They're like a pinky sort of color, and then I'll probably share with you guys quickly in how we can alter that one too. So let's go ahead. So get whatever color that you choose to color with. I just went with these particular two colors. So you want the like a variegated color, so you color the center of it. So I just dab just the center of it. It looks like really bright, but once our project is finished, it looks really beautiful, like I shared with you guys before. So I painted just the inside with the peachy color, and then I paint the outside. Just keep dabbing so that you cover all the petals, like the whole flower with the color. Let it soak up the color also, and dab more on the inside also, so that the color blends and has a nice even transition. Just all over like that. Really quick and simple, guys. It's not hard at all, and then you can coordinate it with any project that you want. So that's what it looks like, and then we'll do this particular one here also. So just the bright one in the center like this. You can always go back and color more if you want later on, and just keep dabbing the color on all your petals on the bottom so that it gets a nice even coat. You can just do it partially if you want, and then give you like a variegated look, because once you mist it with the water, it's going to make it look vintage, and it's going to cover it more also. So that's pretty much it. You can do the bottom if you want to, but you know, when you put it on projects, it's just going to look like that. You're going to be hot gluing it on, so you're not going to really see it much. So the center, just a little bit in the center, and then more pink on the outside. I don't know if the organza is going to adhere the fabric properly, but we'll see. Just go with the pink for now. Pink on the outside. Like that. Just wherever. Just all over. Nice and quick, really simple. Just a few little seconds here and there. So from the white you get that particular colour. So I'll cover up my pens again, and then I'm going to show you how to make it vintage. So I've just reused an old bottle that I have here that I've used forever. It looks a bit like well loved, but that it is because it is well loved. And I find that sometimes these particular nozzles from Lindy's, they kind of like clogged up, and I haven't bought new nozzles, and this particular one works well, that I've used for a long time. And the color that I use to make the tea dye look is the Distress ring anchor in the vintage photo color, which is this particular one here, or you can make it out of coffee or tea, and just put a little bit in a spray bottle. That's all you need to do, and then you spray your project. So you see the magic, have a look, see that it's nice and bright, and then you just quick spray like that. You see how it changes the color. I'm going to spray, you see that's the finished product, and then that's the brighter one. I don't know if you guys can see them, my camera's like focusing really slow. So spray that one, you see how the color just changes it. And then this particular one, see, nice and bright, and then we're gonna just doll it up, make it look vintage. Just spray it and then just mix it around, and then you're going to heat set this with your heat gun, and I'm going to do it off camera so I'm not being like really noisy, and I'll be right back to share. Okay, so I finished heat setting them, and they're all nice and dry now. So as you can see, the colors, they might look more brighter on the camera than they really are. It's just the lighting. This particular one here, that's its original color, and I've changed it to this, and the color is not that bright, guys, as you can see there. But once I remove that, it kind of like looks orange. It's just the lighting. And these ones here, I've dyed the other, like painted the other one, just to give you like a variation of color that you can create. This one here, I colored the whole center as well as the outside petals. This one here, I lightly did the outside, leaving the middle, the third, like the second layer, white, and just did the center. Once I sprayed it with the vintage spray that I mixed with water, I just went like this, and it just blend everything in, and it gives you like a 3-tone, whereas this one here is only a 2-tone. And the little white carnation, not carnation, I don't know what you call this flower here, it started off with really nice stark white, and then I changed them to these pinky colors with just the coloring, your Copic coloring pens, and homemade little spritz there out of vintage photo and water. So give them a go, and you can coordinate projects with matching colors as I have here, and I'll create from there. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope this gives you some idea to alter little bits and pieces in your stash that you have. Even like if you have chiffon flowers like these particular little dainty ones, and they're just white, and you want a quick color of them, and you only want to use a couple, just, you know, color them quickly, spray them with a bit of homemade vintage photo spray with water to give it that vintage look, and you have a beautiful flower. So yep, that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.